Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where we take awesome out of the box. My name is Jamie, and in this one we're going to be taking a look at this phone right here, the Huawei Nova 7 SE. I think that this is the first mid-range phone that's going to be available here in the Philippines that's 5G ready. Feel free to correct me if I'm wrong, but I really can't think of any other phone that offers 5G in the mid-range segment, at least officially. Anyway guys, you saw the title. I'm going to be talking about the 5 things to expect with this device, but first let's show you what comes inside the box. First, let me show you the variant that we have with us. This is the Nova 7E in Space Silver with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of internal storage. Yes, it is expandable via Huawei's NM cards. Here's a quick look of everything you're getting minus the usual documentation, i.e. the user guide and warranty info, since this is a review unit that was sent over by Huawei Philippines. Of course, you have the phone itself that looks really good in this color variant, but let's set that aside for now. You have the SIM ejector pin, a jelly case that's clear so you can still admire the colorway that you picked, a pair of earphones which is pretty basic but will do in a pinch. Next up, you have a USB-C cable. And lastly, the charging brick with 3 prongs, so I hope you guys have a surge protector or adapter for it already if you're planning to buy this phone. So that's everything that comes inside the box. Now let's talk about what to expect with the Nova 7 SE. Starting off with number 1 guys, and I wanted to get this out of the way, you have to use Huawei's own app gallery. Now, it shouldn't come as a surprise by now. You will have to use a combination of Huawei's own platform plus a couple of third-party sources to get the apps that you use on a daily basis. If this is gonna be your first Huawei smartphone, it's gonna be a little different, but don't worry, it's pretty simple. Don't be intimidated. We do have a tutorial to get the essential apps that we use on a daily basis, and our friends have videos on this as well. Plus, they also launched a new app on the platform called AppGo to help you source the ones that you don't find natively on the gallery itself. There's a link down below that will take you to the video or somewhere on screen. I feel like I said app a ton of times already, which is why I'm glad I got that out of the way. Anyway, on to point number 2. So number 2 on the list guys is a new mid-range processor for the Huawei Nova 7E. That's definitely a good thing because I remember a lot of complaints in the comment section about the Kirin 710 or 710F being the go-to for Huawei sub 20K phones for a very long time. We got the Kirin 810 on the Nova 7i, and for the SE we have the Kirin 820 5G. It might sound like a refresh in name with the addition of 5G capabilities, but you are getting a pretty significant performance boost when you look at the benchmark scores. Of course guys, these are just the first impressions for the performance of the 820 5G since we did just get the phone from Huawei, but so far so good in terms of daily tasks and the games that we've tried out with this phone so far. In terms of 5G connectivity, yes, it's not readily available in our country yet. Our telcos are still rolling out the infrastructure for that, but if you do kind of want to be ready when they flip the switch, then it's definitely something you want to consider. As I mentioned earlier guys, our unit comes with 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage that's expandable via Huawei's own NM cards, but I don't know about you, but 128GB is a lot for me. I've never been able to fill up a smartphone with that much storage, but I do tend to back up my files regularly. I hope you guys do the same. The third thing to expect out of the Nova 7E is a great camera setup. It is very similar to the 7i, but you are getting a bump up in megapixel count with a 64 megapixel main camera on the SE versus a 48 megapixel one on the 7i. Aside from that, you have an 8 megapixel ultra wide, which is always appreciated, and I would take this over a telephoto lens any other day of the week. Then you have a 2 megapixel depth sensor, and lastly a 2 megapixel macro cam for taking super close up shots. Of course, since this is a Huawei phone, you are getting AI scene recognition that almost feels like it creates an automatic filter, but I really suggest taking a photo with and without it on so you can tweak your photos to your liking before posting it on social media. You're also getting night mode for both the rear cameras and the selfie camera too, that will bring up highlights a little bit more, and from the sample photos I took last night, it doesn't seem to go overboard, which is really good. By the way, you're also getting a 16 megapixel front camera for those said selfies. On to number 4, and simply put, this phone looks really good. Now, I have said this before, I am getting a little tired of the whole gradient trend since that was so 2018, but I like how subtle it is on this phone. Again guys, we have the space silver color variant, and I'm not sure if you can see it in the B-roll footage that I took for you, but there is a hint of pink on the bottom part of the device. It's not so loud, but it still gives you that visual pop. You're also getting a glass panel on the back of this phone, and I don't have to tell you how good that makes the phone feel in the hand, but I am surprised that it's just 189 grams. Now, I know that the word premium gets thrown out a lot by myself and other tech reviewers, but this device really fits the bill, almost looking like a light version of the P-series smartphones. Now, last on the list guys is the insane charging speeds of the Nova 7 SE. Now, you aren't getting crazy levels of battery capacity on this phone at 4,000 milliamp hours, which is still pretty much the standard for most phones nowadays, but it should still last at least a day. The real story here is that the phone supports Huawei's 40-watt supercharge, and that's with a charger that comes inside the box. The marketing material from Huawei says that it can get the SE from 0 to 70% in just 30 minutes, which means you should be able to top up in less than an hour or closer to 45 minutes. Now, I haven't timed it exactly, but based on my experience with Huawei supercharged tech, those claims do hold up and comes in really handy for life on the go. So guys, that's basically what you should expect out of the Huawei Nova 7 SE from my perspective, but to round out this video, let's go over some of the specs that I haven't mentioned yet. You do have a 6.5-inch display at Full HD Plus resolution with a punch hole to house that front camera. You've got great pixel density, so images come out really nice and crispy at 405 pixels per inch. Colors are also great on this display, and Huawei says that you're getting 96% of the NTSC color gamut. I'm definitely looking forward to watching more videos on this phone. Now, it is an IPS panel, so there's no in-display fingerprint scanner, which means you have a side-mounted one that doubles up as the power button, and it really looks like we're getting a resurgence of this application. I think it's mostly to keep the back of the phone free from clutter, which works for me, but let me know what you think about side-mounted fingerprint scanners in the comment section down below. As usual guys, since I got the phone prior to the official launch of the Nova SE here in the Philippines, I don't have its price just yet, so make sure you stay tuned to the website for more updates. That's it for now guys. I hope you enjoyed this video, and thank you for dropping by and spending some time with me. If you liked it, give us a thumbs up, sub to the channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss out on any of our content. If you have any questions, leave them down below and I'll try my best to get to them as soon as I can. For all the latest tech news and gadget reviews, head to unbox.ph, plus follow us on Facebook and on Instagram. My name is Jamie. Peace, God bless. I'll see you guys next time. Stay safe.